Welcome to the Nuwu. Wait, what's it called again? Welcome to the Nuwu Sessions podcast, where we invite guests from different parts of the cannabis industry to come by and get high. Watch as we enjoy one of our VIP table packages that we offer here in Nevada's only cannabis consumption lounge, the Vegas Tasting Room.
Well, I found out about Nuwu when y'all first got on the scene.
Nuwu was one of those stores that, when I first got into the industry in 2018, Justin brought me to, and I was just floored by the size and the magnitude of what was going on here.
What a service at Nuwu. For me, coming here for my first time at the tasting room was a real Vegas experience.
And then flash forward now, we're in a tasting lounge legally consuming cannabis, so it's one of a kind.
It was all real nice and real cool to experience here in America.
Yeah, this reminds me of Amsterdam. Yeah,
you know?
Back in the day now. Amsterdam was like this. We'd go there, it's like a free vibe, this free feeling.
One of the biggest dispensaries in the world.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
They're going to have a drive-through.
Right.
I'm like, hold up. I got to go.
This is the spot to come, guys. Like, if you're hungover after going out, it's the boys, like, come out here, get a table. No one's going to bother you. Be chilling, you smoking, like.
And Nuwu is one of those organizations that I have so much love for.
And I actually performed at one of the first events.
Yes, sir,
for
you
Nuwu.
did.
And,
yes, sir.
I let them know from the jump that they have my support. So I'm just back, baby, doing the same thing.
All right, let's stop everything. We'll do, I have another one we need to figure out. Boom. What's going on, guys? Long time no see. How you doing today? Awesome. Thank you. Welcome to a very special episode of the Nuwu Sessions podcast. We're here in Nuwu's brand new home where we've elevated everything to brand new heights. It's been over a year since we dropped our last podcast, and today we have something very special for you. We're diving into the archives of our previous 28 episodes, reminiscing on the elevated conversations we had with past guests, all while celebrating our amazing new space. So let's take it back to the beginning of Nuwu Sessions. It was exactly 3 years ago when we hosted a humble little game show meant to poke fun at some local cannabis influencers. We invited them to come by, get high, and then ask them questions derived from a mandatory butt tender training. As you can imagine, what happened next was hilarious, so let's check it out. Welcome to the Nuwu Sessions, where we invite guests from different areas of the Las Vegas cannabis industry in to enjoy one of our top shelf table packages. Once they've finished, we then quiz them on their cannabis knowledge, and whoever gets the most answers correct wins a free autographed Jerome Baker Designs bong and a Puffco.
That takes it, yeah. What kind of weed is that? Motivated, huh?
Motivated.
No, I didn't try that one. I'm gonna do that one right now. You got that? Ay, durazno en español.
It sound right, boy.
Oh, that smells very nice.
1 hour later.
You guys got some hard questions, huh? You guys are setting us up, huh?
Of all the cannabinoids found in the cannabis plant, which one is best known for the psychedelic effects?
THC.
Are you asking like science questions? All right, next question. Define the entourage effect.
The show?
Go negative.
Smoking that fire.
All right, this one's pretty easy. I like this one. What does RSO stand for?
You said, and then the worst thing about it is you said that it's easy too.
Are y'all trying to make it look stupid here, man? I think you asked some stoner questions. He ain't stoner questions.
What does THC stand for?
Dabbing native. I have no idea. I just wanted to hear my
Can
name.
I answer?
Yes, sir.
Tetrahydrocannabinol.
What does BHO stand for? BHO.
Dabbing native. Did you say hash oil?
Yes, it is. Correct answer. 10 points.
Yeah, you knew.
For the dabbing native.
Sooner than you ask my kind of questions, right? Like in the deeper rounds or some shit, right?
Hey, that one was actually pretty easy.
God damn! I'm like, I don't know shit about weed. I'm like one of the top motherfucking guys. I don't understand this.
Hey, but it's because you smoke.
Cause I don't know shit about smoking. You're a good smoker.
Y'all just made me realize I don't know shit about my job.
No, you're good at smoking.
We also blame them as well, though. They just said all this shit in front of us and was like, yeah, here you go.
So, For all its rough edges, we're still really proud of episode 1. Ultimately, we did abandon the idea, though, because of reasons like this.
I need to go to weed school, man. I'm doing bad over here. I'm doing bad over here and shit.
Sheesh. Sheesh.
Which is when we adopted the podcast format everyone knows and loves today. We've been very fortunate to have had the opportunity to have interviewed professional musicians, athletes, comedians, as well as several industry leaders. Let's take a look how several of our past guests got their start with the magical green plant we all know and love.
Yeah, you know, for me, it was early on. It was in high school.
The first time I took a hit was at a Guns N' Roses and Metallica show in Pasadena at the Rose Bowl.
Man, it was just, something we did. You know, it was a part of our life.
I've been smoking weed all my life since I was 13.
Absolutely.
I'm pretty much like every day.
Well, I was reintroduced to cannabis after my fight career kind of started coming to an end due to a lot of injuries and fighting and training through injuries.
I was just fascinated by the whole aspect of it, just the growing, the effects of it, the taboo of it being illegal, everything about it.
It was a spur of the moment thing. They were smoking it around me.
Right.
And I said, hey, pass that as a joke to my friends, because we all, no one had smoked from the crew that I was with.
We wasn't doing it because it was cool. We was doing it, because we like to smoke cannabis, like we was into it.
Like I have literally many times smoked guitar riffs out of a bong and exhaled them into reality when they didn't exist before that hit.
I had a lot of chronic issues that weren't going away. Doctors were just throwing pain pills at me as this quick solution, and I didn't really see an ending to it.
But really, I didn't start consuming it as much until I was about 20, 21.
I was expecting to be like out of my mind and shit, but none of that, It was like a pinner, it was a Metallica Guns N' Roses joint,
It was a stress reliever to us back, like especially coming from where we come from. You know what I'm saying? Sure. Like East 99th, St. Clair. You know what I'm saying? It ain't no paradise. You know what I'm saying? So
not at all.
We needed something to try to take us as close to there we can get. You know what I'm saying? So we indulged in cannabis and just we just always pay homage to the green leaf for real.
I kind of looked at it as like a more sustainable way to manage my my pain.
Right.
It was a cleaner, more sustainable way that I can do that. So I kind of made that transition. I don't take pain pills. I don't do any of that stuff. If I have any issues, I know I have the strain that can really help me get through it now.
Sometimes you're in school, you're not focusing on your academics. You're walking home from school, and you're meeting kids, you're smoking weed.
So me and one of my friends were riding our bikes around town. Just like 13-year-olds, just looking for trouble, up to no good, and we find a pipe in a baggie on the side of the road. It's snapped in half. It's like clearly somebody ditched it, because they were getting pulled over or something.
I started using cannabis when I was 16.
Gotcha.
So I started growing very soon thereafter.
Right.
I was an everyday user pretty much since the time I was 17 years old.
There you go.
Moving out here was the longest period of time that I went without cannabis. It was like a month before I was able to find a dealer.
I remember the first couple times I smoked weed. Mm-hmm. I don't even think I really got high.
Yeah, first few times really didn't really feel anything. Mm-hmm. I remember the first time I did feel something, it was honestly an out-of-body experience. I saw myself from 10 feet away.
We're like, man, is this a weed pipe? And we took it back to his house later that night. And after his mom went to bed, we scraped the resin in it, dude, and we smoked it. And I was like, we're like, are you high? I'm like, I don't know. Let's look at stuff on the internet, man.
I was hanging out with some older kids, and this guy handed me a pipe, and he said, it's cherried. And I said, I love cherries. And just hit it. Like, I don't even think I used the carb. I literally was like, cherries. Like, he said it's cherried. Like, it's ready for you to hit it. It's still lit. And I took that as, cherries. And that's how easily I fell in love with cannabis.
And just ever since, dude, like I was trying to find like a way to get weed, or trying to I just loved the high, the way it made me feel. I felt so creative. Like I could do it makes me feel like I can do more when I smoke,
So now that we've had a look at the brand new Nuwu, let's go take a look at the crown jewel of our brand new facility. Nuwu's courtyard is 3 acres of open air cannabis consumption space where patrons are encouraged to light up. 5 nights a week, you can catch us out here serving up our world famous can of cocktails, our freshly heated dabs, and oh yeah, live entertainment. For over a year now, we focused heavily on building a series of weekly events, from themes like Arcana Karaoke to Nuwu Comedy Club, all the way to Stumpin' Stoners Trivia. There's something for everyone. We've also been hard at work curating a series of complimentary monthly activations, like our Nuwu Rock Summer Concert Series, our open mic night hosted by Jeff from Japan, and our movie night where guests can enjoy one-of-a-kind treats like infused popcorn. But today is about celebrating the past as we embrace the future. From celebrities to industry pioneers, guests of the Nuwu Sessions podcast have shared some incredible stories over the years. So let's take a trip down memory lane and revisit some of these unforgettable stories from some of our past guests. Sky High Lounge, please. Elevator going up.
What is Dizzy Wright's craziest cannabis story?
One of my craziest cannabis stories. I was in Paris, and they don't speak English out there. So I'm thinking like, damn, how am I find the weed out here, right?
Right.
Like, so I'm going around like doing the universal. You know where I can find the Snoop Dogg? Like,
Right.
I'm just saying. And finally, this dude was just like, this shit was crazy as hell. He told me, up the street behind the police building. I was like, what? Fuck it, I'm gonna check.
Right, fuck it.
But I get over there, and then it wasn't like a police building, but behind this building, there was like some apartments or whatever, and there was some dudes out there. And I just walked up on them and asked them if they had it, you know? And he told me he had it. The dude wanted to show me the weed. So I'm like, of course, like, a little nervous, but I'm like, I want to see if he actually got it, you know? And man, he took me down into this little Paris building, bro. And honestly, it was like storage units down there. Like when you were walking, it was like different storage units that you can open up.
Oh, that's
and I must have looked.
That's sus.
I must have looked back, bro. I'm looking forward. I'm like, oh my God, they about to throw me in one of these damn garages, bro. I'm gonna be done forever, bro. And nah, he had him a little garage, and he lifted up, and he had like a little chest in there, and he lifted a little chest up, bro, and had all this weed. I found the weed, man, in Paris. Couldn't believe it. I spent like $400, and we went and we just rolled big ass blunts, bro, and smoked by the window in Paris. We got our moment, bro. We smoked all night talking about that shit. Don't do that shit. I'm gonna tell, like, don't be going around like this. This shit was a long time ago.
When we first got with Easy used to take us around to everybody he knew, man, was like, and he always put us up against people. He would like bring out big bags of weed and be like, I bet y'all can't outsmoke them. He used to bring us like pounds of weed, and we go through it in like a week. He'd be like, y'all smoked all that? We be like, yeah, man, it's 5 of us. What you talking about? Yo, and we used to leave them slumped too. Yeah. We used to leave like people slumped. They be like, yo, them little dudes be smoking.
Roadrunner Records did a 25th anniversary celebration album that was a compilation of a bunch of artists and a bunch of songs. And it was a really cool thing. They were doing it to celebrate their catalog. Everyone involved was either present or previous Roadrunner recording artist.
Right.
So these 4 producers would put together teams of other Roadrunner recording artists to do their songs. And I wasn't picked by any of those producers to be a part of one of them, but I was in the right place at the right time again. Dino Casares from Fear Factory was one of the producers, and he was brought his project into the studio called Undercity, where I had my studio, Studio B, Studio A. He booked it, and I show up to work like I did every day, and there's Dino and all these other people I knew, like Roy Mayorga from Stone Sour, who was in Soulfly with me. Dave McClain, the original older Machine Head drummer, Paul Gray, rest his soul, from Slipknot. He was there, and I'm like, "What are you guys doing here?" And they're like, "Yeah, we're doing this thing that I just told you about, the Roadrunner thing." I was like, "Oh, that's awesome, cool. Let me know if you need any help, like troubleshooting. This room can be buggy, the room they're in, like." And so, sure enough, they had problems and called me in like the next day, and I got them running, up and running. And Dino was like, "Hey, Logan, you want to do a guitar track on this one song?" And I was like, "Hell yeah, give me the thing." So he gave me the thing. The hard drive, I took it to my studio. I did the tracks like he wanted, and then I mixed the song because all the parts were there. And I'm like, They didn't tell me to mix it or ask it, but I did it. And I
Right.
said, here. And so they're like, what the fuck? Did you mix the song? I'm like, yeah, I just, And they're like, it sounds amazing. So anyway, that ended up being the mix on that album. And it beat the guy, Colin Richardson, he produced the first Machine Head record. He's a legendary producer, mixer, and I have tons of respect for him. And I learned a lot from him. But he was mixing that. He was on board to mix those songs. And they were like, okay, well, let Colin mix it and you can pick which one you guys like better at the end of it. So they picked mine.
Wow.
So
Sick.
from that, that was a cool moment. And that broke me into, then that's a major label credit. And that led to like tons of records, just that moment right there.
That's really, wow. That's an incredible story. I remember that record. I listened to it a ton as a kid.
I remember seeing my grandmother take Marinol when she was battling cancer, trying to get her appetite up, but it really only got her a little bit schizophrenic in the mind because it's so psychoactive on an 85-year-old woman. Never knew that until about 10 years after that event that my father told me, oh yeah, they're prescribing her THC products. And I'm like, wait, why not the plant?
Yeah, for sure.
So as I started the journey and chose the industry, that was kind of always in the back of my mind to kind of steward that plant a little bit more forward.
Can I tell you a story?
For sure.
So what really led me into this industry is I was a user and always, I've always found I've got ADD. What a shocker. You just kind of heard me, right? So I used it to really help me, but never knowing it. But the day this really changed, the whole industry, my relationship, it's a sad story, but I got to tell it. My sister, I had 5 siblings in the family. I'm down to 2, my brother and I. But I had this sister that I was very close to, and she contracted a horrible brain cancer. The things that she and I had in connection or in common was marijuana. She loved brownies. She loved edibles. So I go to visit her in her deathbed. So my sister, I come walking in to see my sister. My brother couldn't make the trip. I walk in and my sister kind of turns to me and says, do you got any? First thing she said to me, do you got any? I'm like, Jen, do I got any what? She goes, I mean, she was definitely, she was a little lucid, but she was medicated. Do you have any brownies? I'm like, no, Jan, it's 7:30 in the morning. I don't have any brownies. Well, get me some. My God. Okay. Right. We went to a local dispensary. It's like 8:15 at this point in time.
Right.
I mean, this was like a 24-hour dispensary. I don't know where it was. So she eats the brownies, and I'll tell you, 43 minutes later, she's kind of perking up. Kind of feeling good about this, starts her, whiny laugh that she had. My nieces came in, and her husband came in, and they're like, oh, David, Mom's so happy when you're around. I'm like, that's great. I'm glad Mom is happy when I'm around. I bring her that joy. I didn't tell them that I had given her brownies because, again, nobody wanted to. So I'll finish the story saying that later on that day, she said, I want lobster. I go out and get lobster, and we had an amazing meal, and I cooked it all. I'm a chef. I chefed it all up, and we sat there at 5 o'clock and had this big lobster feast, and Jan was eating, and everybody was like, it was so happy, and it was happy because she was happy, and she was happy because on her deathbed, she got some relief from this product. On her deathbed, she felt that relief, and on her deathbed, I was there for her.
All right, guys, we're finally here. After 15 months of waiting, we are so proud to introduce to you guys the new home of the Nuwu Sessions podcast, the Sky High Lounge. As Nevada's original cannabis lounge, we are proud to offer our guests a cozy retreat where you can unwind with friends, all while enjoying some amazing views of downtown Las Vegas and indulging in some of the best cannabis products Nevada has to offer. As we take a step into the future, let's take one more trip to the past to revisit some words of wisdom from some local cannabis pioneers.
This is a long-term game.
For sure.
I would consider, even though we're adult use, kind of legal in Nevada, I say kind of because obviously federal we're not.
Start at the beginning, create a path, find a community, build camaraderie, but stick to it.
80 years post-prohibition, way past when we're alive. Maybe our kids' generation. That's the we have to be visionaries for that version of cannabis. Wow. And as long as we know that and kind of work backwards a little bit and do the right things and steward the right relationships, that's it.
But if you want to get into this industry, you have to start in parts of the industry that you may not end up with. And anybody with passion and that can be productive and that is smart enough can make their way here. Don't overconsume.
Trying to find people that are as passionate as you, that want to work in the cannabis space, that aren't trying to just get fucked up all day. You know, like you think, oh, we work in the cannabis space, you just get high all day long. Like we get a lot of people like that trying to come in. Unfortunately, those aren't the people we're looking for.
The whole wake and bake and try to, some people can do it. I cannot at all.
I would say stay away from it as much as possible. Cannabis makes you comfortable. There's no doubt about that. You know, whether you're stoned or not, cannabis eases stress and makes you comfortable.
Start slow and get your tolerance up for work, your tolerance up for product. Create yourself some energy and community. And that is a way that anybody can get in this business.
But as an upcoming athlete, you need that discomfort. The only way you're going to grow is from that discomfort. You're going to constantly be reaching. You're not going to be sitting down comfortable. You're going to be working out, trying to get better or achieve whatever it is that you're going to achieve.
True.
Like as a contender that is inspiring to be champion, you should never be comfortable as a contender, and we don't make you comfortable. You shouldn't be comfortable until you become a champion.
Just have an open mind, like just be open, learn everything you can, observe, and then learn from other people's mistakes also, like watch everything,
For sure.
And that's how you move up is knowledge. And as long as you're open to change and to learn, I think anybody can move up quick.
Start at the beginning. Start slow and be persistent. And when you find that community, you'll find that joy. You find that joy, you'll find the strength and the tenacity to keep it up.
Trying to find people that fit into that, not just trying to take dabs all day. Some people smoke dabs and they can't function.
For him and I mean, we're students. So not only did we get our ganjés during COVID because we just wanted to be the best and wanted to learn it, but we also became professional entrepreneurs with the Trichome Institute and the extraction fundamentals and the cannabis consultant. Yeah. So we got ourselves ready in the Lean Six Sigma, to operate at a big level, whether nationally or globally. So we're trying to work on some super big projects to not think so small.
Right.
We're just really dreaming right now.
I would say embrace change, be tenacious, don't give up.
Don't give up. If you want to get to the top, you will. You just got to keep going. If you slow down, that's not going to get you where you want to go. It's useful to be able to pivot when you can. Pivot when you need to and just go with it,
Thank you guys for embarking on this amazing journey throughout the history of the Nuwu Sessions podcast. We can't wait to bring even more exciting conversations, this amazing new space to you. But until then, we'll see you in 2 weeks and enjoy some never before seen footage from Mr. Charlie Classic. Now get out of here. Go on, get. Bye.
For my 18th birthday, my mom gave me a quarter pound of weed and said I could either smoke it or sell it.
Oh, there you go.
So me being the dumbass I was, I smoked all of it.
There you
Every
go.
single bit, not a dollar made. I was a real crafty kid, so I had other ways to make money. Like when they used to send me to sell candy bars for my school. Right. Me and my friends would shave our heads and start coughing and tell them we all had cancer. So the candy bars that were $1, we'd sell them for $5 and make $4 per bar. So I was a hustler from the beginning.
Hell yeah. Hey man, there you go. Closed mouths don't get fed, right?